right, don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Website, promo code, description. Thanks. All right, man. Seems like Chavez Jr. has agreed to take on Danny Jacobs on the DAZN. Let's talk about it. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And Danny Jacobs had been targeting Chavez since he lost to Canelo. And Chavez was trying to fight Angulo after he came back and got a win from, I think, a guy from Brazil. And I think he stopped him with a body shot early on in the fight. I seen it. And Angulo is now fighting like Peter Quillen in like the end of this month or end of this month, I think, or something like that. Peter Quillen was supposed to actually fight Caleb Truex in a rematch because they fight ended in a technical draw over a clash of heads or something. And Truex blew his Achilles out, so Peter Quillen took Angulo away from Chavez, and now Chavez has agreed, according to Michael Benson on Twitter and Shava ESPN, hopefully I'm saying it right, he agreed to take on Danny Jacobs on the DAZN. Now, this is going on December 14th card. Yes, another combat sports card on December 14th. If you don't know, Kel Yaffe and Juan Estrada, it could be in LA, or I think it said it could be in Las Vegas. And it may share that Chavez and Danny Jacobs may share a card with that fight card. Also that night, you potentially have a Fox PBC card that could be headlined by Julian J. Rock Williams, potentially against Erizon De Lara. And also on the undercard of that, you could have a potential fight of Tony Harrison taking on Jamel Charlo in a rematch. And also you can have an ESPN Plus card and an ESPN card with Crawford on there, and Teofimo Lopez and Richard Comey, which I'll drop that video after this one. Already done it. So it's a lot of fighting, and also you got a UFC card that's going on that night on pay-per-view with featuring Emmanuel Nunes. So you got several fight cards all kind of programming each other. And at the end of the day, I have zero interest in this fight. I do. I have zero interest in Estrada and Kel Yaffe fight. I just don't think Yaffe is that good. But you really never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know how good some of these fighters are when they step up. And some guys rise to the occasion. They fight up and down to their competition level. I'm talking about Yaffe and Estrada, but I expect Estrada to dominate Kel Yaffe. But I had to catch the replay on that one because I'm probably gonna be watching the Fox card. But that's another cool story for another day. But with Chavez and Danny Jacobs wanted this fight. I guess he wanted to beat a Mexican for getting beat up by a Mexican. By Canelo. He was pathetic versus Canelo after years of saying, I'm going to knock out Canelo, I'm going to knock out Canelo, I'm going to knock out Canelo. And Chavez was equally terrible versus Canelo as well. All right. He, but he had an excuse. He had a catch weight. Danny Jacobs didn't abide by the rehydration clause, and I think Eddie Hearn paid the penalty. He just went out there and laid the egg. So you got two guys that had pathetic performances versus Canelo lining up each other on the DAZN. Just call it the Canelo Bowl. Now, this is probably going to be going on at 168. It'll be Danny Jacobs' first fight up there. Maybe he fought up there before. But it's to the point, if Danny Jacobs don't beat Chavez, then he need to retire. And I know Chavez said if he lost again, or if he lost his previous fight, that he would consider retiring. The DAZN must be paying big money for this fight to have this fight going on. Okay? They must be paying big money for this fight. For Chavez to take the fight. I know they was trying to get Chavez to fight Sergio Martinez all at the end of last year. It didn't happen. So, at the end of the day, I don't know who would be interested in this fight. A lot of people said, why didn't Jamal Charlo fight Danny Jacobs next? Danny Jacobs said he wanted to move to 68 and then maybe come back down, entertain a Jamal Charlo fight later on. But I think this is a retirement fight. Whoever loses should retire. Definitely Danny Jacobs. If you go up to 168 and you can't compete with Chavez and Chavez is able to beat you, then I think it's really time to hang it up. But I expect him to be an extremely large favorite going into that fight. He didn't look good versus Canelo. He didn't look sure of himself. But versus Chavez, you got a guy that's right there to hit you, a guy that ain't been fairly active, a guy that hasn't, historically took care of his body, a guy that's been, shaming his father's name, a guy that haven't took this sport serious, And just because you started to take the sport serious, after years of abusing your body and bullshitting with the sport, you just can't turn it on and turn it off like a light switch. You say, okay, I'm gonna take this sport serious. It don't work that way. Your body get older. Your mind can fathom it, but your body can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I expect Danny Jacobs to take him behind the woodshed and give him a good selection. And if Danny Jacobs don't, then it's at the point where Danny Jacobs should retire. Real talk. Because really it's going to be hard for you to go back down to 160. Okay? Especially after the performance you have versus Canelo and get some respect. And if you can't beat Chavez at 168, then, who can you beat? You can't beat Plant. Even if you go, I think he got one more fight on his DAZN deal after this. I think it was a 3-fight deal. One versus Canelo for, I think he made 15.5. It was 12.5 guaranteed. And he had 2 $4 million fights on the back end, that minimum fights on his own. So, you had one more fight on his own, but who can you really beat? If you can't beat Chavez and blow Chavez to the water at 68, can you beat Benavidez? Can you beat Plant? Can you beat Callum Smith? And I think that's the game plan. I think the winner of this fight will go ahead and fight Callum Smith. And that's what they're going to want to do. They trying to build up Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. And if Callum Smith signs somewhere else, which he trying to bluff, and like he gonna sign somewhere else, then maybe the winner of this fight will take on Billy Joe Saunders. Okay, so I think the winner of this fight is gonna take Billy Joe and Callum Smith on, and they trying to build that Billy Joe and Callum Smith fight up in the UK. I think Danny Jacobs should take the victory. I think it is no doubt about it. He should win by a country green mile, and and if I had my pick of the litter, I would like to see him fight. Billy Joe. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he performed at middleweight, I think he had a little bit more energy, a little bit more strength, a little bit more, a little bit more, lively, energy to him. And him and Billy Joe would be a good fight. Billy Joe ain't look good neither. He fighting on the KSI Logan undercard, the 2 YouTubers. So, I mean, if Danny Jacobs can't get the job done here, I don't know what to say. But Chavez, it's hard to gauge how good he looked versus the last Brazilian guy he fought. He stopped him to the body, but he ain't going to stop Danny Jacobs that easily. And Danny Jacobs, this is a tune-up fight for him. First fight back since getting beat up by Canelo December 14th. But if he can't beat Chavez, and then for Chavez, if he can't beat Danny Jacobs, I was surprised he took this fight. Because he been gone for a nice amount of time. He been gone. You know what I'm saying? He been gone for a really, really long time. You know what I'm saying? So to tune up and then jump into a Danny Jacobs fight, maybe it's not that discouraging. Maybe if he have a nice showing and he have a close fight with Danny Jacobs, maybe he shouldn't retire. But if you go out there and get stretched and just get plummeted by Danny Jacobs, time to go. And if Danny Jacobs have a close fight with Chavez, or if he lose, it's just time to hang it up. You just can't compete at 68, and we already see you can't compete with the best at 160. So other than just hanging around getting a couple dollars, you feel me? That's it. But hey, really, I would favor Danny Jacobs heavily in this one. But if Chavez can pull it off, then Danny Jacobs need to hang it up, dog. Real talk. And Andre Rozier need to be real with his nephew and tell him, man, you ain't got it no more. This should be an atrocious one-side ass whooping for Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs should beat the dog walking crap out of Chavez. And if he don't stop him, then I'll be disappointed. But so you'll have another fight on the zone going on. So Kel Jaffe and Estrada, I would imagine that unification bout should be the main event, but they may try to make this the main event because they probably making more than Estrada and Kel Jaffe anyway. They are. Because I know Danny Jacobs got a minimum guarantee of $4 million. This is probably going to be the main event December 14th. But all these fight dates that we got going on, like this weekend with no major fight, why are they waiting to put 3 boxing cards on this simultaneously December 14th is my question. And then a UFC pay-per-view on. It's crazy because you can have an ESPN Plus card, ESPN, Fox, and the Zone card. But I speak on an ESPN Plus card in a minute if you hang around. Don't forget to check out our sponsor out, The Hill Blaze, at thehillblaze.com. Promo code GoodFellow1Boxing. You 18% off the 100% all natural products. Check them out. Website, promo code description. They got lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. Website, promo code description. Other than that, don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. Check our boxing playlists out. Middleweight, boxing news, boxing rumors, and much, much more. Appreciate the love, support. Make a donation. Links in the description. I'll put the source link in the description so you can see exactly where the story came from. Let me know who you guys got winning. Chavez is Danny Jacobs, 168 pounds on the zone, allegedly December 14th.